Hello everyone, welcome to new video. Today I'm going to talk about I hate being invisible. I have been thinking about this issue for a long time and I got understood that it's really hard to being invisible, especially nowadays. If you don't have any friends, if you are very low level of status on the social classes, probably your life is going to be tougher ever than you think. Mostly, I have been watching the news on the internet, on the social media. Whenever I'm watching the videos on the internet, on the YouTube, I feel like very isolated from society because society doesn't offer me anything. I cannot catch whatever I want. Mostly, I feel myself very unsuccessful, and we are living the life. It is very temporary. Even we do the things properly, at the end we will going to pass away from this world, and therefore it's really hard to being invisible on the social media when we are scrolling, when we are trying to catch the success. We are competing with each other, but some people can success on it while some of them cannot. That's the basic reason why I'm complaining about life from morning to night. Till I get the success, I will continue to complain. Sometimes if I live with the writer of the Ayn Rand, probably she will call me as a parasite, because if you're just reading the ideas about the objectivism, probably she will just point you as a parasite for the society when we are complaining about things, even we cannot change it. But it's understandable, but I will still continue to complain about it because the parasite itself just an idea for the Ayn Rand, even she is doing. If she call me a parasite, if she just normalize me as a parasite, probably I will just point her as a parasite either. The basic reason for that because she is also criticizing society like me. So whenever I'm just trying to understand society, societal structures, the classes, the hierarchy are changing all the time, and we cannot catch the spot immediately because whenever we're just scrolling social media and looking to luxury cars, private jets, luxury parties, and just drinking alcohol at the night cafes, nightlives, and some people can experience the nightlife while some of them cannot. If you are a man, you need to be successful at in the end, but it's really hard because you will encounter with a bunch of hardships even you cannot bear for it. Whenever I'm just thinking myself in the Tokyo, Kabukicho, Roppongi, hang out with the beautiful girls, just the cat girls, and just trying to watch anime with them. Even when I was a dream, I have always wanted to just date with a Japanese girl or a Chinese girl, just getting married there and living in Japan, maybe in Osaka. But my dream didn't come true. Therefore, I feel myself very sad for the situation because some of the people can access their dreams, some of them cannot. If you are feel yourself stuck at the point where you are, probably you need to make a change. Even you don't want it. Even you don't want it, just living as a hikikomori at your house won't give you any help. Therefore, the competition is really fierce. I won't deny it, but I will give you one thing. Let's keep continue. Because if we just stop, if just in the Japanese there's a word akirameru, if we don't continue to kaizen, just kaizen means just develop, probably will our life will be suffer. When you're just experiences your last breath, you will check your past and you will check yourself when you were young, and you will ask yourself, what if I have tried can change? But the change is inevitable also, like you, and it's also invisible. Some people need to try to things by themselves. You need to do the things on your own. Even your struggles at your path, you will be alone. You will walk alone, unfortunately. Nobody will give you a success of the K. Nobody will give you a K and just open a path of the success. You need to find your own way by yourself, even you don't want it. The life is not a very good place for everyone, and the good hearts will going to suffer, while the some rich guys, the other egoist people will achieve their dreams even they be wicked. But some of the people need to be a good. There's a hierarchy, there's a social classes. If you just want to change your social classes, for example, in the Turkey, the hierarchy is real different. It's similar with the China. If you are born in an elite class in China, your life is also be good, and you can hang out with beautiful girls. You can go to the nightlife. You can experience nightlife. You can go to a lot of night cafes, night drinking bars, stations, etc. But if you are scrolling on the social media whenever you get into the train, when you are get on a bus, probably you will jealous the people like me. They will date with the beautiful girls. Even the 100 of the society will not experience the same things. Like 10% of the society will experience the luxury life, and the 90% of the society will carry this 10% of the societies. Well, it is not very fit, right? It's a really misfit, I think. I think the love and the experience are so different things. What we love is what we do. If you do the things for you, sometimes you need to do the things alone. You need to find your own way, and nobody will just lead you on this path. Whenever I'm just complaining about the station, I'm remembering I'm trying to read Aristotle, Plato, and other psychologists and other philosophers. The one thing is coming to my mind: what can I do in my life in order to change my society environment? For example, I'm living in Turkey. I'm 26 years old. I have tried just record bunch of YouTube videos, but I didn't make my videos viral, and I couldn't even be a trend on the social media. Therefore, I became very sad about it. Unfortunately, I'm still continue to do that. I know I'm just recording a bunch of videos, approximately 7,700 videos I'm recording, but even I couldn't get the success. But I need to continue. Why? If I stop to making videos, probably I will lose my chance to be a viral on the internet. I don't want to lose like this opportunity because opportunity only comes one in your life. You have only one's life. And if you want to find the opportunity, sometimes you need to create the opportunities. The chance won't come to you and will say, I came for you. That's the reason why you need to just record yourself, show yourself. You can understand there's a show off culture. No, I'm not showing off myself. I'm just trying to get into the stage and trying to be different with each other because when you were young, when you were at a high school student, when you were middle school, when you were at the primary school, you also experience the competition because this competition never will end. Even you want, even you don't want. The more competition, the more luxury life. Despite of all the bad and miserable things, I'm preferring to continue my miserable life even I don't want it because the last thing I can do is just continue. We are the very weak existential forms. Our forms aren't flexible, and we are so solid in this life. In the end, we're going to just experience the death like everyone else on the universe. But in this universe, I would like to say one thing to you: everybody is different from each other. Everybody is experiencing life different from each other. Sometimes our luck and our chance can help you, but sometimes cannot. Being different from the people trying to be exist on social media, just being with different people is very satisfying. It can feel you satisfied. Last day, maybe the 2 days before, I was just trying to speak with a Chinese guy. Maybe if he's just watching my videos on the YouTube, it was a very good experience for me because from my childhood I didn't feel myself belong to this Turkish society. Why? Because its culture is very conservative. Also, some of the comments I have been just reading, Japanese society is also conservative, and they are just acclaim that. I won't deny it. At some point, it's understandable, but whenever I'm just speaking with the Chinese or Asian people, especially from South Asia, and there's also the East Asia. The East Asia and the South Asia. East Asia is well developed than the South Asia. And South Asia, we can give an example of Filipinos, Vietnamese, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, Thailand. we can just call it as a South Asian countries. But if we just talk about the East Asia, sometimes we can count the China and the South Korea and the Japan and maybe Taiwan. This kind of countries is just declared themselves as a um, East Asian countries, and East Asia is developed rather than when we are comparing the uh, South Asia. And most of the cultural studies is ongoing about the East Asia rather than the South Asia. Yeah, it's understandable, like the Filipinos also is from South Asia. East Asia is well developed, like the Japan, like South Korea. But I can get on well with this kind of Asian people because whenever I'm just opening the tandem, I have been studying these five languages: Chinese, Japanese, Korean, English, German, Chinese, Japanese, Korean, Japanese, English, Chinese, German. I have forgot this kind. What kind of language I was studying? You know, if you are studying more than five languages, sometimes you are just forgetting about which languages you can just studying. It's understandable. I have also forget about it. It's okay, but we need to continue. This kind of people are very warm blood, I think. If I have a chance, probably I will go to Japan, getting married with a girl from there. Just maybe the anime-based girl would be a better opportunity for me. But I am saving up the money in order to go to Japan, create a build and new life there. Because here there aren't much of opportunities. But if I go to Japan, probably I will get a lot of opportunities out there. Sometimes if you are just call me as a one word, probably I will just call it myself as a out there. Most people on the comments just say me out there. You know, I'm just saying this words bunch of time. Out there, out there. I understand, but sometimes I cannot finish it. I have been just making investigations about the working visa, the immigration from the India to Japan. Mostly Japanese people don't like the immigrants. And even I have read a lot of the manga, the authors, Natsume Soseki, Yukio Mishima, Osamu Dazai, uh, the Tanizaki Akutagawa, the other authors as well. Probably they are not accepting you. There are two concepts here, uchi and soto. Mostly the foreigners, if you are coming from the outside of Japan, you will get called in Japan as a soto. And uchi means the people who are living in Japan and they are called themselves uchi. Well, my sound also can be documentary sound. If I continue to do that, probably I need more likes. If you want, just hear the song for a long time on my videos, because in the end, everybody's trying to make money on the YouTube. Some people can, some people cannot. Whenever I feel myself lonely, I open up a YouTube channel, just recording the fucking videos here. I know it's very hard. It's damn videos. Sometimes I feel myself very numb. Because making your wish come true and making it real is not easy. Even you try to move on, sometimes you cannot continue to do that. You know, people are so different each other. Even I'm just trying to read about the books, history, その後で、なんといえば, how can I say, like Shogun eras and the samurai eras and the novels about the Japan. Also, I'm just writing a book in the Japanese language. Yeah, it's okay, it's understandable, but also I have a debt to banks, approximately, can I say, $500? My total debt is maybe $400. If I just pay my $400, it's better because I'm saving up the approximately $10,000 in order to go to the Japanese language school and getting married a girl from there. If I have a chance to get married a girl from there, I wouldn't have to just work for collecting enough money for going to a language school. Because if I had a chance to getting married there, just I will get a spouse visa and I will make a children. But I am a Turkish citizen here, who is living in Turkey. The Turkey is not very developed country when we compare it with the other nations, like the first class countries and the well developed countries like the Japan and Germany, England, to the USA. Maybe sometimes China. China is also just developing country. The Xi Jinping last just announced that the China is not developing country, it is a developed country anymore. Well, even the Xi Jinping announced it. I don't care. Xi Jinping also announced that if you don't have any degree about the politics and the economy, medicine, you cannot talk about it. Otherwise, you will get the 1 million RMB or maybe 100,000 RMB just fine. I will get it. Like, it is understandable for Xi Jinping because he is trying to just make his country work, and he also just firing a lot of generals, and he is also in the elite class. Even he is coming from a very very poor families. If I have a chance, I would like to send a message to Xi Jinping, who is just the president of the China. Xi Jinping, listen me carefully. I am applying to fucking these scholarships for a long time. I have applied to fucking Shanghai University. I have applied to fucking Beijing University. And I have applied to Zhejiang University. And I couldn't get any admission from these universities. And therefore, I feel myself very sad. If you have a chance, probably I will be happy if someone just listening my story from China. I am just calling these three universities. I have a graduate degree from sociology, and I want to get enrolled to fucking Shanghai University as a sociology master's degree student. And I want a scholarship from China. Why? If I get the scholarship, the Shanghai University, I will just be a spy for the Japan government, and I can just say all the truths about the Japanese government, and I can be voice the Chinese media, and I can introduce China to Turks, and sometimes I can also just talk about the violence about Uyghur Turks. But if you just give me a scholarship in the Shanghai University, probably I will just introduce to China as a good point of view for the Turkish society. Because I need a scholarship, if I'm applying to scholarships for a long time, but I couldn't get any reply because the Shanghai University said that your English is sucks and you couldn't get the IELTS exam, therefore we cannot accept you. Even I'm just sending the fucking 10,000 message to Shanghai University, they are not replying me back. The basic reason that they are just wanting the IELTS. Okay, the IELTS, which is the English exam, I will just say about the truth. If I need to just study for the IELTS, I need to pay a lot of money, which I cannot afford. The basic reason that if you want to get into the IELTS exam, you need to pay more, pay more, pay more. In the end, this kind of exams aren't measure my English. I think my English is really enough in order to make a research. And on the Chinese or Japanese or the other uh, cultural resources or cultural investigations. I know sometimes I'm just lacking a lot of grammar. I'm making a lot of grammar mistakes, but I think my English is enough for making a research. But in the end, people will going to say it. Even your English enough, we need perfect English because we are the cultural studies, and if your degree is not an engineer degree, and your English will be like an Oxford English. Well, the Turkish language and the English language are so different. For example, the verb being at the end in Turkish language, but in English language you need to use the verb at the first. But and therefore, the words of the Turkish are really less when we are comparing to English. That's the another reason it is really hard for the Turkish society just being getting the 9 point of the IELTS. Well, it's also understandable it's their country at the end, but if I have a chance to get a scholarship from any university in the China, I will be happy. Why? Because I'm also wandering to China and the beautiful girls, the Chongqing, Chengdu, and Shanghai, Jiangsu, the other Chinese countries. Do I support the Chinese Communist Party? No. But if I have a chance, I will go to China, even I don't like China. If I have a chance to going to Japan, probably I will choose to go into Japan. In the end, my dream is going to another country which is more secular than the Turkey. Turkey is something like we are calling is a secular country, which I will deny. The most people believe in Islam here, and they are not obeying the Islamic rules. They are just claim that we are defending the laws of the Sharia, and the most people here just living in a secular way, like they are just call themselves as a Sunni, but they are living as an Alawi. So the basic reason is the competition is really fierce and the contradiction is really fierce here. There are a lot of contradictions here. Well, in the end, it is understandable, and I'm a person from a third class country. If I go there, just they won't count me as a second class or the first class, and I won't get treated well because if you are Indian going to Japan, probably you will work in a fabric, and even the agreement between the Turkey, between the India and the Japan, they announced that they will hire the 500,000 immigrants from India, and in the ongoing 5 years, also the 50,000 Indian people will be work as a just like the semi-talented worker and full talented worker there. It's understandable the 50,000 people if they are working as a skilled jobs. It's okay. It's understandable. But in the end, I'm just trying to make videos online and trying to show myself in order to just get married. In the end, my conclusion is I'm trying to get married with someone, but from the well-developed countries, Japan, Thailand, China, Germany, England, other first developed nations. Because I'm living in a third-class country, which is really hard for me. Being invisible is really hard, guys. Nobody's taking care of you if you are poor. You need to just put something to the table. But the competition is really fierce. I think like I cannot catch this competition. Therefore, I feel myself very isolated and feel lonely in my sight. My words maybe can make a shine for you. If a girl really like my ideas, probably it will be better if she has a Weixin or WeChat or Line. I can get marry anyone else on the YouTube immediately because I'm 26 years old. After you pass the 26 years old, anyone come up to you, it's okay. I am not being selective anymore. Any girl from any country, I will accept. If any girl wants to get married with me, I will accept. Even she's age doesn't even matter. I only want to get married with a girl, someone a different country from Turkey. Yeah, this is very my last message because being lonely is really hard. I would like to get married with someone from a different country, is a secular country. Denmark, England, Japan, England, and Czech Republic, Poland, Japan, South Korea, China, America, Canada. I can call all the countries. I have a lot of thoughts, but I have one heart. My heart is belong to Japan. Therefore, my wishes are belong to Japan as well. If you want to make my dream come true, please just say your words on comment. Maybe you can DM me on Instagram. Thank you for watching until now. See you on next video.